Hello students, today we are going to study the anatomy of an ear. So first we shall see the diagram of the ear. This is the external ear, you can see, which is called as a pinna. Then now this ear, it is a sensory organ involved in hearing as well as in the maintenance of the body equilibrium. Now this ear, it is composed of three divisions. You can see here outer ear, middle ear and internal ear. Now this is the outer ear, this one is the middle ear, and this portion is called as the internal ear. Then the external ear, it consists of pinna. Now this is called as a pinna, which is external ear, and external auditory canal or meatus. External auditory canal, this is the external auditory canal. This is the external ear and this is the external auditory canal. The pinna collects the sound waves coming from the environment. Then the external auditory canal is the circular tube which leads inside the tympanum. Now this is the external auditory canal which leads into the tympanic membrane. Here you can see this is the tympanic membrane. Okay, so this external auditory canal, it leads to the tympanic membrane. Thus the skin of the pinna, now here this is called the pinna. The skin of the pinna and the meatus, they contain fine hair and wax secreting sebaceous glands. They have fine hair and wax secreting sebaceous glands. Now next is now the tympanic membrane. You can see here the tympanic membrane. This is the tympanic membrane. The tympanic membrane, or it is also called as a eardrum. Okay, eardrum म्हणजे कानाचा पडदा. It is formed of connective tissues having outer skin cover and inner mucous membrane. Okay, so this tympanic membrane or the eardrum, it is formed by the connective tissues having outer skin cover and inner mucous membrane. Then we shall study about the middle ear. Now this is the middle ear, this portion. Can you see this portion? This in the red color. This is the middle ear. So there are three ossicles. Ossicles means small bones. Three bones are there. Can you see this bone? Malleus. This one is the malleus. This one is the incus. And this one is the stapes. Okay, this one stapes. So these three bones, they are the ear ossicles, are present in the middle ear. Now the malleus, it is attached to the tympanic membrane. This malleus, it is attached to the tympanic membrane, and the stapes, it is connected to the oval window of the ear. Stapes, it is connected to the oval window of the internal ear. This is the internal ear. Then the tympanic membrane or the ear is it is formed by the connective tissue having the outer skin cover and inner mucous membrane. The chain of three ossicles, they are called as a malleus, incus and stapes, are present in the middle ear. Now next we shall study about the internal ear. Okay, now this part is called as the internal ear. It is a fluid filled structure called as a labyrinth. Okay, this whole structure is called as a labyrinth. Then the outer bony labyrinth is formed by series of canals in which the membranous labyrinth is present. Now this membranous labyrinth, it is filled with the fluid called as endolymph. Okay, it is called as a endolymph. Then next point is the membranous labyrinth consists of coiled cochlea. Can you see this part? It is coiled cochlea. And the Reissner's and bacillars membrane. They are also, this is also present. Reissner's and bacillars membrane. Then we have the membrane divide the surrounding perilimb filled bony labyrinth into an upper scala vestibule. This, can you see this part? This is scala vestibule. And the lower is scala tympani. The lower part is called as a scala tympani. Upper part is called as a scala vestibule. Lower part is called as a scala tympani. The space within the cochlea, it is filled by scala media. Now the space which is here, it is called as a scala media, filled with endolymph. Then next point, the scala vestibule ends at the oval window at the base of the cochlea. Now this scala vestibule, can you see this scala vestibule? It ends at the oval window at the base of the cochlea. This is the cochlea. Okay. Then the scala tympani terminates at the round window which opens in the middle of the ear. Scala tympani, it terminates into a round window. Can you see here? This is a round window and it opens to the middle of the ear, middle ear. Then next, the organ of Corti is located on the basilar membrane. It contains hair cells which act as an auditory receptor. The hair cells are columnar ciliated cells present in rows. Then, inside the cochlea. Now what is present inside the cochlea? We shall see. Okay, this is the round structure of the cochlea. What is present? Now the basal ends of the hair cells are in close contact with the afferent nerve fibers, while the apical end contains numerous cilia. Okay, can you see? These hair-like structures are there. Then the thin elastic membrane projects the rows of the hair cells. They are called as a tectoral membrane. Above the cochlea, the internal ear also contains vestibular apparatus. It consists of 3 semicircular canals and otolith organ formed of the sacculus and utriculus. The semicircular canals lies in each other and are suspended in the perilimb. Now here are some of the points, additional points. Now the bases of the canals are swollen. Can you see here? The basis of the canal, it is swollen and it contains ridge known as crista ampullaris, which contains hair. The sacculus and utriculus also have projecting ridge called maculae. The crista and maculae are the specific receptor vestibular apparatus. They are responsible for maintaining the body posture and balance. Now we shall study about the mechanism of the hearing. How the mechanism takes place. Okay. Now here it is clear that this part is called as a external ear. From this to this is called middle ear. This is the middle ear and this is called as the internal ear. Okay. Now mechanism of hearing. The sound waves are received by the external ear and sent to the tympanic membrane. Now you can see here the sound waves. They are received by the external ear and they are sent to this tympanic membrane. This is the tympanic membrane. The eardrum vibrates and transmitted by the chain of the 3 ossicles. Here you can see the 3 ossicles, malleus, incus and stapes. Okay, through the oval window. Now this is the oval window. You can see this is oval window here. Okay, then the waves are transmitted from this middle ear to the oval window. Then the vibration are further passed to the fluid of cochlea. Vibration is again passed to the fluid of the cochlea. This further. The wave in the perilimb and the endolimb induces movement in the basilar membrane. Then the wave, the hair cells or the organs cortibend and passes against the tectoral membrane. The nerves impulse are generated. Now we have come till here. Okay. Then the nerves impulses. Can you see this arrows? It goes like this. Now these nerve impulses, they are generated and are sent to the afferent nerve fibers. Can you see this arrow? They are sent to the afferent nerve fibers. Okay, like this. Then this is the basilar membrane, organ of Corti, scala tympani, scala. Okay, this is caliculi. Okay, next point. The impulses are carried by the auditory nerve to the auditory center of the brain. Now here you can see clearly. Okay, these are the auditory nerves. This part is a cochlea. Then it is this auditory nerves. Then it is passing to the auditory center of the brain, where the impulses are analyzed and the sound is perceived. Thank you.